Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from Lincroft Bible Church in New Jersey, and every weekday I read one chapter of the Bible and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of Psalms, chapter 2. Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord and against his anointed one. Let us break their chains, they cry, and free ourselves from slavery to God. But the one who rules in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. Then in anger he rebukes them, terrifying them with his fierce fury. For the Lord declares, I have placed my chosen king on the throne in Jerusalem, on my holy mountain. The king proclaims the Lord's decree. The Lord said to me, You are my son. Today I have become your father. Only ask, and I will give you the nations as your inheritance, the whole earth as your possession. You will break them with an iron rod and smash them like clay pots. Now then, you kings, act wisely, and be warned, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with reverent fear and rejoice with trembling. Submit to God's royal Son, or he will become angry, and you will be destroyed in the midst of all your activities. For his anger flares up in an instant, but what a joy for all those who take refuge in him. One thought. The first two Psalms are like the doorway into the whole book. Psalm 1 describes the blessed man who meditates on the Torah. It seems to me that the blessed man of Psalm 1 is picked up here in Psalm 2 and is identified as the anointed one, the king, the Messiah, the coming ruler of God. In the psalm, we have the pagan nations conspiring to break free from God's rule. God, however, is confident that his anointed king will prevail. The king also takes confidence in the Lord because God is pledged to work on his behalf. So the rebel nation should submit to this king, otherwise they will be destroyed. We see Psalm 2 fulfilled in the life of Jesus a few ways. First, just as the king in this psalm is called God's son, so Jesus is called God's son at his baptism when the Holy Spirit descends upon him. Second, Psalm 2 is explicitly quoted in Acts 13:32 through 33. The Apostle Paul is preaching the gospel and says this, Now we are here to bring you this good news. The promise was made to our ancestors, and God has now fulfilled it for us, their descendants, by raising Jesus. This is what the second psalm says about Jesus. You are my son. Today I have become your father. So we see here that Jesus has fulfilled all the promises that God has made to his people. He is the true new David who has come to rule and reign. And so while the nations can rage against Christ and his church, he still reigns anyways. He is the anointed king, and one day he will return and rule over all the nations with supreme power, symbolized by the rod of iron. Our job in the meantime is to endure and persevere and keep proclaiming the kingship of Jesus.